Always got to start with the cheers.
Always. Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Jack Daniel single barrel.
Is that Gentleman Jack?
Yeah.
Is that the?
No. That's the one. That's
just the
what
name
I
of it?
normally drink.
Oh.
But I think this is the Jack Daniel Single Barrel Select Tennessee whiskey.
And I've got Screwball, right?
Yeah.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey. That's some.
So, for those of us that are not massive whiskey drinkers.
Hey, my guy.
So,
Look, yeah, exactly. So, talk about that. Like, you are not a big heavy drinker.
I'm not.
You're a wine guy.
And I mean, not huge. I mean, I'm not a big drinker at
Period.
all.
Right.
Period.
Right.
But, you introduced me to this. And
I did. Because you were like, Jay, I need a drink.
To sip on.
Right. To sip on. Like, that's not wine. I know, like, tequila, can't stand it.
Can't do it.
He's not a real big Scotch guy. Nothing. No. Vodka, hell no.
So how it started was I wanted to be a big boy. Like when you watch the movies, and the guy comes home from work and he's in his suit or whatever.
Yeah, and he pours him a glass.
He pours himself a drink.
He pours himself a drink.
And he's like, oh,
exactly.
What a day.
What a day. Stogie.
Right.
Right.
So I wanted to be a big boy.
I was like, look, all right. I racked my brain. I was like, okay, what could this man drink? Boom. Peanut butter whiskey. Loves it.
It's crack.
It's crack. I know.
It's crack.
It's crack.
It's crack.
Check it out.
It's crack. Yeah.
All right, brother. So how was the week, man? Here we are again.
Week's good. Say, every week it's something new, something different.
Something new, something different. New problems.
New problems, new challenges.
New wins. Don't forget the wins.
Oh, wins, bro. Have to have a win every day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a quick story in a minute when we finish this. I'll tell you a quick story about wins. I'm going to completely screw it up, but so maybe I won't.
Was this like the?
Maybe I'll do a little.
This was like
research.
your joke last week.
Right. I'll do a little research.
What did you say in the car? You were like, "Look, I have a joke. It's funny, but I'm going to say it, and so it's not going to be funny because I'm going to mess it up. But I got to say it anyway." And I was just like, "Yeah, please tell us your joke."
That's going to be funny as hell. Tell me now, right? Tell me now. Yeah, I know. Same thing. Every week we do a bunch of different projects. We launched a couple websites last week.
Yeah. Still got like 3 more.
Yeah, we got a couple more that we need to launch. We had a big, heavy impact of website development that came in. So I don't know we haven't talked about rules yet of mentioning clients yet. So I won't mention any clients.
Yeah, I don't think
client
we will.
names right now.
No.
But we launched a handful of those. We did a couple email migrations over to Office 365. Which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Seems to have been the theme for the last couple months, doing those, starting the year off with
that collaboration.
Yeah, the collaboration.
Everybody's loving it. Everybody sees it. I mean, it's so easy to just say, hey, we have a tool that can just make sure your team is rocking and rolling.
Yeah, which, takes to the next point of doing stuff in the cloud.
Yeah.
I was I was one of the guys that was pushing the cloud away my whole career, and now I've recently embraced it, and I won't say obsessed.
A little bit.
Poquito.
Yeah. How many certs you got in like the past couple of weeks just in cloud?
In the last 30 days, 31 days, I've gotten 3 certifications.
Yeah. So one
of them was.
Did you take the Cloud Plus yet?
No, that's going to be like in a week or 2.
Yeah, you might as well. There's not that one up.
Yeah, I'm there. I've got Microsoft Azure certification.
Right.
I've got AWS certification.
Right.
Amazon Web Services certification. So I'm going to round it off with the Cloud Plus, which is actually the opposite. I feel you should probably do the vendor neutral certification first.
Yeah, do the Cloud Plus. Yeah,
and then
always
go do the other ones.
Yeah, go ahead and do that first.
So I figured I got 2 of the big 3 certifications in cloud. So let me go do the vendor neutral one, round that out, and
Pretty much be done with that.
Yeah, and for me, it's weird, and we can talk about certifications at some point, but for me, it's like, I don't need certifications. No. It's more of that personal goal kind of thing of saying, you know what, I do this every day of my life, every day for work. Why don't I give it certification a shot and see, what they're all about? So.
What would you... Would you attribute certifications to any part of your success at some point in your career?
Well, yeah.
I know you had massive amounts back in the day.
Yeah. So actually,
5 years ago. Something like that.
Not that old. I got all the gray cut off today. Yeah. So I knew we were going to be talking about me today. So and we'll talk about a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Yeah. But I decided, and anybody who knows me knows some of this, but not a lot of people, but I never went to college. I chose to go the certification and certificate route.
Right.
And, I have over 50 certifications and certificates, and, some are active, some are expired, whatever it may be. But I chose that route because I'm always in the trenches doing the work, rolling my sleeves up. College is really not for me. I would get bored. I wouldn't really pay attention. I wanted to get down and get the job done. So I never went that route. And interesting enough that the whole, I won't say society, but that tide is turning, where it's great to have a degree, but you don't need one, with all the college debt and all that stuff. And
I mean, dude, my generation, now it's a part of like you actually buying a home. They take that into account now. So you cannot buy a home with $150,000 worth of student debt. You know what I mean? And here's the kicker. Most people with student debt are only making about an average of $50,000 a year. Right. So how the hell are you going to be buying a house with the housing market the way it is, especially in our area? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they need to teach some business courses in high school.
Yeah.
Because it's a simple return on investment.
Right.
We won't do accurate math, but look at I digress for 1 second and say, look, $50,000 for debt for a bachelor's degree, right?
Yep.
We'll just say that's a flat number. Not that everybody pays that, but that's a good flat round number.
Good flat round.
If you get your bachelor's degree, you average $50,000, $60,000 a year as a salary. How much of that money do you really use or put towards repaying that debt? So it's a return on investment. How many years
you defer it and now you're screwed and you're accruing more interest?
So how many years, if you pay $500 a month, like how many years do you have to spend to pay that debt back?
Yeah.
It's simple return on investment.
Right.
So for me, and I just knew that, it's not the route I wanted to go, but for some industries you have to, financial industries or,
you have to,
some, medical industries or chemical industries, pharmaceuticals, things like that. So, it's needed for those. But I think even part of that is changing with AI and ML and everything, machine learning and all that coming out. But yeah, I chose not to go college degree route. I chose to go certification route. And funny, interesting point. Never set a day or set a minute in a college classroom, but yet I was teaching college classes. That's a crazy story.
Yeah,
it's a crazy story.
Facts. I mean, that's real.
The first day I taught at CSM, I went into that room and I was like, "This is interesting. This is I won't say a milestone, but this is a memory. It's a point, a memory point for me to remember and, to tell in a podcast or something later on down the road where I've never attended a college class in my life, but yet here I am teaching college classes.
I mean, but that goes to show that people will pay for experts. But
expertise is king.
Exactly. You don't have, I mean, we've had, employees or people that we work with that have all the certifications, all of the, degrees. And, I've worked with people who've had like about 4 CCNPs, et cetera, 3, multiple certifications. And, they're pinging loopback addresses talking about devices are up. Okay. So, it just it goes to show you that, guess what? It's not just, hey, I'm going to just get a whole bunch of certifications and boom, I'm going to be the guy. You're going to get the phone call, because it's in some type of database, when they're scraping the internet and, Indeed and all that stuff. You're going to get the phone call because you have the certifications, right? But at the end of the day, guess what? You get on an interview, I'm going to tear you apart. Somebody else is going to. I've been torn apart in interviews.
Yeah,
everybody's been. You know what I mean? I've gone in an interview and then went outside in the parking lot and was just like, crap. I know that. What the heck was wrong with me? You know what I mean? And there's some that I've just kicked out the park. But at the end of the day, I still knew the information. I got the job, working it, still can apply the information, or had the base understanding to then go ahead and learn what might be more specific for your job role. You know what I mean? To then, make sure that you're good to go. But at the end of the day, most people are like, I get this, I get that. I got 5 masters and stuff. But then they're just like,
yeah, that's a checkbox. Back in the day,
about a freaking rock.
When Microsoft had all their certifications back in the day, we used to call people who would go get all their Microsoft certifications and their MCSEs and MCPs, and we would call them paper MCSEs.
Are they gone?
I don't know.
I think they just got rid of those, right? They
Microsoft redid their entire certification route. That everything is cloud certification now. So like there's no more Microsoft Certified Professional in Windows Server 2016.
Right.
It's cloud.
Yeah.
It's, whether it's Azure or whether it's Office 365
Right.
or, if you're doing a productivity, it's for Microsoft, which is based off of Office 365. Right. So it's all their certifications are cloud based.
Right.
So, which makes sense. I mean, that's where they're going, but yeah. So, I mean, that was, I never went to do it, but it was interesting teaching college classes and never going. But I can't really say that now because last year, 2 years
Was
now?
it 2 years ago?
2 years, I started down the path of certified ethical hacking. And that's when I took my first college course, was when I took the CEH, or Certified Ethical Hacking program from Prince George's County Community College.
Yeah,
and, and I finished both of those courses and things like that. So
Right.
I have those certificates. And so, I mean, yeah, I was never a college guy. Which is kind of good because could you picture me
in college, in class,
in a frat room or part of a fraternity?
Wow.
That'd be scary.
That'd be bad.
That's scary.
That'd be bad.
So, but that's fine because when some people my age were out in college and partying and drinking beer, I had my rifle and I was in the mud and dirt and defending our country. So,
yeah, I mean, hey,
to each their own.
Yeah, this is true.
And I don't have a shitload of debt.
No.
Nope. So
no.
Yeah. So, but I like to tell that story whenever I talk to workforce development or DLL, or Department of Licensing, and I give these classes and seminars on how to write your resume or how do you interview for your job or whatever. And I explain education is critically important, but you don't need a college degree to get
not to do
a lot of jobs, especially in IT.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
You don't need a degree. You don't need a degree at all. If you want one, that's great, but you absolutely don't need one. You don't even need certifications. The only thing you really need is the drive, the will, and the passion, and an opportunity.
Yeah, and like I said, not knocking those people who have it.
No,
definitely not. I mean, you guys, hats off to you. People who have a freaking PhD and multiple.
We know lots of people with PhDs.
Sheesh, and there's a lot of amazing people out there that have them. Really know what they're talking about. Hey, you put the time in to do that. That's freaking great. Yeah. I'm just not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it.
I come to realize lately that I may choose to get a college degree at some point. I don't know. Maybe for my 65th birthday. No comments, by the way.
So you have like 5 years.
I knew you were going to make a comment.
That's why you left it open.
So
you left
my bachelor's degree in the next 20 years.
Yeah, there it is.
20 years I'll do it, and I'll do 5 credit hours per year or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that's where I was at. I was going to do the same thing. I was going to do the same thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to do the same exact thing. I want to do it just because like.
It's a checkbox.
It's a checkbox in my mind.
It's a checkbox.
It's literally a checkbox.
And we're both like 25% of the way there.
Pretty much.
Because all of our certifications count as 2 or 4.
And now, look, I'm gonna give a hack. I hope somebody listens to this and they're just like, wow, Jay really just blessed my life with some valuable information. Blessed. I'm gonna bless everyone right now, okay?
So be ready to be blessed.
Please be ready. Now, here's the thing. If you literally go and you say you take Net Plus, well, first, okay. Look up the college degree program that you're at, the online college. If you do online, it's probably the best way to do it. If you're
going into IT, it's most likely going to be a cybersecurity degree.
Yeah, right. Or networking in cybersecurity or networking and security,
or
blah,
IT
blah,
management.
blah, IT management or something like that, right? Yeah. But if you're more technical, it's a little bit easier besides the business side because then you just got to really focus on business courses. But if you're more technical, they correlate most of the time with, guess what? Certifications.
All the time.
Literally, I think it was colleges, not College of Southern Maryland, UMUC.
Right,
which is now
global campus.
Exactly.
University of Maryland.
Exactly.
Global campus.
This is what you need to do. Go on there, look up, and you can actually download the course book, the course outline, and everything to accomplish your degree. Each class, I think the first 60 credits are A+, Net Plus, 3 courses for CCNP. Now, this is 2 years ago when I looked at it.
Right.
CCNP, then you can do another focus on Windows. You could do another
and
those are
Linux is included.
This is Linux included.
Yeah, Linux is
Yeah, so
included
you
in that.
have like multiple classes you could take on that. And then here's the thing, they take up to 90 credits or something like that
For what?
for transferring in, or they can
30.
give
You get 30 credits for I don't know about transferring in. For life experience, you can get like up to 30.
But guess what? If now here they have two ways. You can either test out of that course, or if you have the certification, you automatically get the course count for that.
Right.
So if you have Net Plus, A Plus, CCNP, CCNA, your Windows certifications, you got some Linux certifications, Linux Plus, Cloud Plus. They got some cloud courses in there as well that you could do for electives. All those literally count as credit hours. Some of those are even 4 credits. And you pay by the credit, which is sometimes like $500 per credit.
Exactly. And I'll tell you this when you're finished. I'll tell you the story.
So at the end of the day, guess what you can do? Go take a certification for $300. Study on your own time, amass the certifications, then go say, hey guys, I'm ready to get my degree. They give you about freaking 90 credits or something like that, and then all you got to do is just take the capstones or your basic your
academic
history,
classes
and all that crap like that. So, somebody, thank you. I just saved you maybe $75,000 worth of debt.
So truth. So when I did the certified ethical hacking courses, I did 2. I did Certified Ethical Hacking Network Defense 1 and Certified Ethical Hacking Network Defense 2. Each one of those courses were like $400 and some, and each course was 4 credits.
Exactly.
So I got 8 credits just for those two courses.
When you would have been paying $400 per credit.
Per credit. And I paid $800 for 8 credits. So I paid $100 per credit.
Right.
Other fact is the Microsoft Azure certification. I looked up like 4 different degree programs from different colleges, and the Microsoft Azure is actually 2 college credits, and you can get training material for $12 from udemy.com. Watch the course there, and then the course or the exam is only $100. So for $113, you can get 2 college credits.
How much time and money would you say you invest on just, it might not turn out into a certification, but I'm going to read this book or this manual or take this class online. You know what I'm saying? Just to obtain the knowledge.
All the time.
Yeah,
I do it all the time. I do these things. Everything's moving to the cloud. We're moving a lot of our services to the not moving our services to that, but we're adding service offerings from the company that are cloud based. So it would make sense that our staff has cloud certifications.
Exactly.
We can be doing it for a long time, and we've been doing it for a long time, but just to have that validation, so to speak, goes a little way,
Yeah. I mean, but
I do it all the time. I'll watch all kinds of different courses and this and that just to gain the knowledge, and I'll remember 10% of it, but that 10% will help me on a project or something I'm working on months down the road.
Exactly. And then it stays in your library.
Well, it does.
I mean, it doesn't have, and I try to tell so many people this. It doesn't have to translate to a certification. It doesn't have to translate into some type of degree or some type of accolade or a freaking trophy on the wall. Learn, just always
learn. Always be learning.
Be in a state of learning. Always.
Yeah. The reason
one
of the reasons why I'm doing the certifications, obviously one is just I figured I do the work every day. Let me just try the certifications and do them. But then other one,
it's for you. It's not for anybody.
Right. It's for me personally.
Right.
I'm not going to get. I mean, I own the company. I'm a business owner, so getting technical certifications, I don't think it's going to advance our business dramatically unless we do a bunch of government contracting. And,
right.
And there's different things when it comes to CMMC and things like that. But putting that aside, it's for me. It's a challenge, a personal challenge. But then the second reason is it's college credit. So in 20 years, when I get my bachelor's degree, I get a couple certifications a year, and
that's true.
And it's a great way to enhance your knowledge.
Yep.
Enhance your working knowledge of what you actually do every day,
every single day.
And it's not a waste. It's not, oh, I got the certification, I hang it on my wall or my desk, a checkbox done. No, you're getting additional value out of it because now you're getting credit towards your college to a degree, whether you want to get it or not. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. So, that's the reasons why I decided to go my certification path, and I will have 5 certifications come next week. Well, I should say, let me rephrase that. I will have obtained 5 certifications within a 60-day period. And that would be next week when I take the Cloud Plus.
Do you beat me with that?
I don't know.
I gotta
It'd
count.
be close.
It'd be close.
It'd be close.
Is that what your goal was?
Yeah, well, what am I going? I have to beat you.
Wow.
To get that many
Really?
certifications in 60 days. But it makes sense because I'm involved in a bunch of cloud right now.
Yeah, and it helps. I mean,
I'm 50% there. If I
50% there.
pass the Microsoft Azure, let me rephrase that, because I took AWS certification first, the AWS cloud certification. I took that and passed that. But all my studying and working knowledge of that, I'm already 50% to Microsoft Azure because all the cloud fundamentals are the same. It's just what does that vendor call it, right?
Exactly.
So I was like, well, I'm already halfway there. Why don't I just do that? And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Now that I realize I kind of did it backwards, so to speak, I'm already 85%, if not 90% there doing the Cloud Plus exam because the Cloud Plus is vendor neutral. So you're learning the cloud fundamentals, but you're also, deepening your knowledge of cloud, cloud migrations and plans.
Well, can't you stack it? You can stack those.
Well,
too,
that was the other part of it because
Right.
I get 2 certifications out of 1. So
Right,
that gives
right.
me 5 instead of 4. So when I pass the Cloud Plus next week or
Right.
the week and a half, whenever I decide to take it, that will not only make me the Cloud Plus certified, I already have the Security Plus certification.
Right.
Once I stack those together, CompTIA does stack certifications. Now I'll also be a certified security cloud professional,
Right. I mean, do you?
which is actually pretty cool.
I mean, it sounds really cool, but like
It sounds cool.
it sounds hella epic. But I mean, at some point, do you feel like, all right, these guys are just rolling out these certs and just making these random things to just
No.
like make money off of it, or
No. Well,
I
they
mean, is
have
there
to-
really value to like really obtaining these certifications?
That's a great question, actually. That's a really, really good question. My answer is no. I don't think they're just rolling them out to make money. With the caveat, they are nonprofits. CompTIA is a nonprofit. Some of the other certifying bodies are nonprofits. They have to make money. One of the ways they make their money is by education and certifications.
Right.
So that makes sense. But they don't make the certifications easy as hell just to make money. That if they were looking to make just money, they would make the certifications easy as hell. I can tell you the Security Plus was difficult. It wasn't the old Security Plus. It was the new Security Plus, and it was difficult.
It wasn't my security.
It wasn't yours, right? It was difficult.
It was
because-
the 401 I had or the 301 or something.
right.
Like that?
Well, because now, and I took it before the 601,
Yeah.
which comes out July, and one of the reasons I decided to do that is the 501, and don't quote me on the number of topics, but I think the 501 Security Plus has like 576 different topics you have to understand it. So it's really, really wide. The 601, and it has cloud as part of Security Plus. It has a bunch. It has a domain of cloud technology.
Right.
The 601 coming out in July has like 1,100 topics. So it's almost double of the 501. So why would I take the 601? So I wanted to take the 501 for that. But if you have an exam that is, we'll just use the 501 as an example. If you have an exam that's 500 or 600 topics within, 5 or 6 domains, different domains, and you have a total of 500 or 600 topics, that's a lot of knowledge to learn.
So how did you study for that? Like, how do you, so many people have so many different like study habits in the way they kind of break that information down. That's a lot of topics. You're talking topics. You're not talking bullet points. You're talking actual a domain or area that you actually have to know. You know what I mean? That's wider. You have to read and actually study that topic, and there might be multiple references that you have to look at. You know what I mean? So how do you like break that down? How do you accomplish that task? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, it was a little bit challenging in the fact that it kind of scared me a little bit.
Right. I mean,
it scared me because there was a lot of topics. Not that I've ever taken a hard certification exam, but when you look at the domains, and everybody who does training for certification, they look at your domains, look at your objectives, look at those things. Well, it scares the hell out of you because you're like, oh my God, there's so much knowledge there.
Right.
So, I studied a little bit here, a little bit there, and then I was like, you know what? I got on that kick of certifications. Like, now I need to do it.
Yeah.
For me, I've been doing this for a while. So I've got 20 plus years in IT.
Right.
So I know the foundation of networking, and I know the foundation of security, including physical security. I used to build data centers, right? Back when we first started the company. Before I did that, I worked in a lot of data centers and built data centers. So I have a lot of that knowledge encompassed in that. But I did the Udemy course. Well, the first thing I did is I read the book. Don't ask me who it was. Daryl Gibbs, is that his name? And I apologize if I get that name wrong. I'm trying to do it off the top.
I think so. Yeah,
I think that's the name of it.
Yeah.
But I read the book, which was the worst thing.
And this is Security Plus, right?
Yeah, Security Plus. It was the worst thing I did in the world.
Worst thing?
Yeah, I don't like reading books.
Okay, time out. Okay, so you're saying that reading it didn't add value?
No, I'm not saying that.
Or that it was just like, I literally hated that trash.
I hate it. No, it added value because you read and you comprehend what is it, 11% by reading or whatever it may be. I think it's only 11.
Horrible.
I think you gain either, I may have it backwards, either 10% by hearing or 12% by hearing.
Right.
Whatever it is, it's a low double digit number. But whatever percentage you grow from or gain from reading, I read it. You take the quiz at the end. And by the time I'm the book is 4,000 pages. I'm exaggerating, but it's craziness.
Yeah.
So by the time you're like to the second half of the book, you've forgot what was already on the other part of it. So you're already forgetting. So I did that, and I did my, the little outline stuff and folded.
How did you wrote it? You wrote it out.
I highlighted some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I folded, but everything I highlighted was wrong.
Hold up. You read and highlight at the same time?
Well, I read, and I'm like, and as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that probably looks like it's important. Let me put a little highlight on it.
I got you.
And then you fold pages of like, oh, I really want to go back to this because I don't fully understand it, or it was way too simple. Something's wrong there.
Oh no, dude, that's crazy because you're like way different than I am.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well,
because look, I'm about to rock, right?
No, wait. Pull out your ID card.
Yeah, exactly, right. I'm about to rock. There's a picture of a rock there on my driver's license.
Exactly.
So I mean, for me, I do something separate. So it's literally, I will read the book just flat out. Read the book flat out. Nothing else. No other craziness, no highlights, no taking notes, none of that crap, right? Just literally just read the book. I feel like that gives me such a base understanding of like everything. I know it sucks. It sucks. I know it definitely does.
It's like downing a Mountain Dew.
I know.
You taste a little bit of the Mountain Dew,
but
the bottle's empty.
I'm getting it. I'm just, I got to go. But now, okay, I go back.
That was a pretty good analogy.
Whatever. So I go back, right? At that point, I go back, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Now I highlight. Because I've already kind of read it before. That's just me. It's worked for me.
If now, that's what works for you.
This is some craziness because people are like, how the heck? Yeah. I mean, but like, but for me, I'll like sit down and I say, okay, cool. I'll take, let's say, a book is 800 pages or 1,000 pages. I'll divide it into, all right, I want to get the book done in like.
I do that too.
I want to get it done in 7 days.
Yeah. So pause there. For all those people out there who say you don't need math when you're an adult, that's bullshit. Because simple math of what we do of just taking a book of 800 pages and figuring out how long we want to take to get it done, and then we divide the number of pages by how many number of nights we want to get it done. So we got to do like 23 pages a night over the next 45 days or whatever that math is. So you definitely need math when you're an adult, and you don't have to use it for work.
So are you talking? All right, we're going way off topic.
Dude, way off topic. I like to make that point
because we're saying you don't need like statistics and some crazy trigonometry.
I didn't say statistics.
All right,
well, you need some trigonometry to fold those pages.
All right, whatever.
We're
pushing it. Yeah. So all right, so I read over the book once, and Stefan does this too, because we were just like, yo, sheesh, this is some crazy,
that's
especially
overload.
No.
If it works for you, that's great.
Yeah. So all right. So this is I'm gonna give you some context. Like, I was never like literally the smartest one in the classroom.
Does not
you know
shock
what I'm saying?
Me. If I'm being honest,
but
it
no,
doesn't
but
shock me.
But
you may look smart.
But I am very. It's the glasses. But here's the thing, though, right? So I was in like AP classes and all that crap too, right? You know what I mean? But if you literally, and we get in the habit of this, we compare ourselves to other people around us, and I always have a habit of.
Are you compare yourself to me?
No. So I always have a habit of having, like, until recently, being around smarter people. Until recently.
He said it
and so I would always just make sure I was like, I had smarter friends. Like, my friends are like freaking, geniuses. So I guess I would equate it to that, right? So I would always feel like, dude, how the hell are you guys just getting like straight freaking A's? Like, how are you guys just knocking this? Oh yeah, it's this, and this is this. And I know some crazy engineers on database side, network side, whatever you want to do, right? These guys are just like, they can freaking sit there and text and just like listen to CBT nuggets or something like that and be like, oh yeah, he said this and this is why it happened, and database stuff, like whatever.
Pause.
Right?
Pause.
All right, you gotta hit play. You gotta hit record. How long was it out, you thought?
It just popped up.
All right, cool.
All right, here we go.
All right, cool. So yeah, like
Not yet.
So like I said, I've always had a habit of just having smarter people in the room, right? So I would compare myself to those people. And these guys would just get crazy information, crazy fast, just got it, done. I could explain it to a freaking 2-year-old. Like, what the hell, I'm not that way. My sister's that way. I swear I've never saw her pick up a book ever, and she's always gotten straight A's.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do books anymore.
Yeah.
Like when I did the first one, it was the book, and then I highlighted it, and I did that, and I went back, and then I'm like, I don't.
No
like
books?
No, videos.
I have to. So
videos.
I literally have to, and it's such a crazy process. I have to read the book, go back. While I'm reading, I'm highlighting and watching videos. And then like I may take like, all right, after each session, I'll take like 30 minutes to take practice questions. And then guess what? It triggers while I'm reading, like, oh, that's why that's the correct answer. That's why, if the person's in the video explaining it, that's why that works that way. It has to be
so different.
It has to be that process, and it's so drawn out, and people are like, why the hell would you?
So mine is,
that?
I used to do the books,
Yeah.
and then I don't do it anymore. So now it was books, videos, practice questions,
Right.
exam. Now I've learned a new thing where it's just videos. I'll watch the videos. I get into my routine where I spend 60 to 90 minutes a day watching the videos. And then I take notes as I'm watching the videos of things where they put up there a pro tip or this will be on the test. Or I'm like, oh, that's a definition. Or if I can correlate, like that's what helped me with Azure, the certification, because everything they were talking about to help me remember it, I wrote in my notes, monitor in Microsoft Azure is equal to CloudWatch in AWS.
Crap, I use Quizlet too.
Yeah,
I have to make flashcards.
Yeah,
I have to do some. Like, I have to do some crazy stuff,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah,
it works for me. Like so,
if that's what works for you.
So my point being, hey, if you can't pick up things as fast as everyone else, it's not an excuse. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not an excuse. Like I literally take the time to do 5 extra steps to make sure I'm on par. You know what I mean?
Well, stupidity is not an excuse for success.
Yeah, exactly. It can't.
Or not to be successful.
It's not. It's not the case. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to sit here and say, "Hey, woe is me," I'm going to sit here and be like, "Oh, I can't get it as fast." Guess what? I'm just going to get up earlier.
Or I don't have any time in my day. I'm so busy.
No.
But you go to sleep at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
at
I'm
night.
not. It's not going to happen.
What?
So
10
if you
o'clock
can,
at night, my night's just starting.
right. So if you could get the information in 2 hours, right, and it takes me 4 hours to get it, guess what? Okay, from 6 to 8, we're doing the same study time. I might wake up an hour earlier to make sure I get it,
Right,
or then study for an extra hour after you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't equate. It doesn't equate, and a lot of people use that as a crutch, right? To just say, hey, I can't get there. I can't have that. I can't do this because it's so hard, dude. Freaking like suck it up.
Yeah, and I'll give one tip out there for everybody is every single video I've ever watched in my life when you're taking about certification tests.
Right.
Take the practice exams until you get high 80s, 90%, then you know you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good judge to let you know when you're ready.
Besides that one you took.
I'll tell you. You need to learn one knowledge, because I scored like an 88 the very first practice test, and then the second one was like a 63.
You were like, what is this?
What is happening here? So, but my advice is take the practice exams until you get high 80s, 90s, or a minimum of 90s, but then look at each item and go one baby step deeper.
Yeah.
Because when they ask you the question on the test, it's not going to be at a 10,000 foot view. It's going to be asked in a way where maybe it's going to be at a 9,000 foot view, right?
Right.
Because you're going to have to know what the term is,
Right.
but how you're actually going to use it or apply it. Exactly right. So
Exactly.
I found that out. But in any case, that's what I do, and I take the training or the practice exams, and then when I'm ready and I feel confident, then I take the real exam, and it gives you that feeling like, damn, I'm kind of badass sometimes, depending on what certification you take.
Right.
So, but I did decide, because my goal was to take 10 certifications in 2021. That's my goal.
Hold up, what?
Yeah.
You're going to say?
I'm going to take 10. I'm going to do 10.
Dude, I got to do like 15. All right, 2022, I'm doing like 15 certifications.
In a week or so, I'll be halfway there.
What are you at, 5?
I'll be at 5 when I take the Cloud Plus.
Oh, crap. It is 2021.
Yeah.
Dude, COVID,
Yeah.
2020 was just like over.
So, yeah, it was like this,
Yeah.
which is good. It's good.
Yeah.
So the next ones, we talked about one of them already. But the next 3 certs, is it 3? Yes.
So you did. So you're going to knock out all the cloud.
Yeah.
A little bit of security. Oh, there was some more security in there too, right?
Well, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to put that on hold.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be doing that every day. I was going to take the CISA, the CYSA, the Certified Security Analyst.
Yeah.
And I started, actually, I'm like 25% into the course.
Is it really just about reviewing logs?
I watched a new video from Dylan.
Yeah.
And he was my instructor for the a couple other courses, but he said they just changed it, from the 001 to 002.
Right.
And he said like 30 to 40% is actually logs. It's output of logs.
Dude.
And I'm like, that's great knowledge to have. I'm not going to be an analyst. I'm not going for an analyst job because we're so mixed into it. Do we look at logs? Absolutely. Do we look at a lot of logs? Absolutely.
Does it suck? Yes.
Yeah, it does. And with the the implementation of SIEM, SIEM or however you pronounce it, SIEM, whatever it may be, you're going to have to look through a bunch of different logs as well. But that's not what I want to put my focus on. And I don't think right now I want to focus my effort on that because I'm on this momentum of going, and I think that'll stop me. So what I'm going to decide to do, I'm going to take 2 certifications. One, I'm going to try and do it every 3 to 4 weeks. So in April, I'm going to do ITEL 4 Foundation.
All right, you're bad.
And then in
Lean
May,
Sigma.
What's that?
Lean Sigma.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Good.
Then in May, I'm going to do the Linux Plus.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
Because my path, in hacking and ethical hacking, you have to know a lot of Linux.
You really like that. That's awesome.
I love it.
I can't stand it.
I do. I love it. And which is weird because my whole IT career, I was way against command line. I hated it. I was like, when I worked at a job and we had Windows administrators, we had, Unix administrators, and they were always going against each other.
Yeah.
Like, you think you could just point and click? I'm like, oh, you think because you could type fast? And it was just crazy.
You said just because you can type fast.
Like, how many typing classes did you take to do the command line?
Right.
But I never really understood how powerful.
You guys are funny. Wow.
But now with the cloud, as the cloud coming out and more technology is going to the cloud, more command line is there because it's more powerful than when you start talking about automation and orchestration and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I'm going to do the ITEL 4 Foundation, which is the Information Laboratory.
Something like that.
Library.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is, and I'm taking it right. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, isn't it from what? From England or something?
But no, it's not from England.
It's across the pond.
But I've been doing, IT management service decades, right?
Yeah.
and then I may do the Pen Test Plus just for the hell of it.
You're nice.
I may.
You're nice.
I don't know. I may just.
That's awesome. So,
but if there's a certification out there that you think that one of us should take or go for, hey, leave it in the comments.
I'm not listening regardless.
Yeah.
But side up.
But no, let me ask you the question. I mean, what you know me, my
yeah.
skill set, my background,
I say go whatever you're passionate about. And
don't give me that fucking freaking middle of the road.
Did we not just drop the F part? So here we are.
So don't give me the middle of the road. Whatever you think is right for you.
But here it is. So I'm gonna break down a couple different things, right? And I think that, the IT world kind of needs to hear it.
I'm talking about for me.
And it's gonna correlate.
We're talking about me.
I'm gonna take like 30 seconds on you. Second number 1. No, but for real, I mean, look, if you're one of the biggest things to waste in life is motivation. If you're motivated to do something, freaking do it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Reason being, how hard is it to be motivated?
It's very hard.
It's very hard to be motivated. You are so motivated right now to be able to knock out ethical hacking and pen testing and all that stuff. Do it. You're passionate about it. I'm not going to go say, hey, go take a Juniper test. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no sense.
I was going to take the other one, but it's not Juniper, but.
What?
Fortinet.
Fortinet? You going to take Fortinet? Why?
It's free.
It's click, 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 click.
If I wanted to cheat, I could add that as one of my 10. I won't do that.
You're going to cheat?
No, I'm not
wow.
going to cheat.
All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. What?
No, I won't cheat.
Fortinet? Really?
No.
I mean, hey, shout out to you guys. Your GUI is like
I would
very...
never use Fortinet anyway.
But we've been in clients where it was just like, what the heck is this? Oh, Fortinet? It was the first time we ever did. It was like, oh, okay, clients in. We're like, click, 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 click. Oh, I was like, this is cool. Oh, wow, this is easy. Oh, this is very intuitive. So shout out to you guys for doing that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And come to find out, of course, the previous IT provider didn't have any of the security services turned on.
Nothing.
And didn't have any of the licenses subscribed for the past 2 years. But
Yeah.
anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, you're motivated. You know what I mean? So that do what drives you right now.
But what do you think? Based on knowing me, knowing my skills, know what I've been doing, what I like, what I don't like, what annoys me, what doesn't. What do you think?
So better question: what does not annoy you? It would be not. I think that the pen test part would be epic for you because I mean you have a lab downstairs. You freaking rock Cali like it's nothing. Sometimes you know what I mean. That's you. You know what I mean? That's you. That is you. That is you. So I think that would be the case. But this just brought up something that I was thinking for a while, right? Oh. And I had to, you know, I talk to a lot of like young people coming into the field and they're asking me questions. You know, some people hit me up on Facebook or send me private messages on LinkedIn, and I'll go back and forth. Now I haven't been on LinkedIn in a while because I've just been way too busy, but. They're like, hey, how do you get started into cybersecurity?
It's the biggest topic out in the internet right now.
All right, so
it's the huge topic.
I hear so many people kind of just give false information about this, right? A lot of it, cybersecurity is a buzzword, you know.
Well, do you know that? I say, do you know? Like I'm asking you a question, but the history of cybersecurity, like where did it start as?
Yeah, we'll all right. Well, I'm gonna let you take over that part. Okay, but here we are. So, cybersecurity is such a buzzword, you know, and they have so many. I see it all the time. They have so many college commercials about it. They have, you know, of course, the government's putting out there about it. Cybersecurity is massive. Like, what the heck is cybersecurity, right?
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? What is it? Right now, here. If you know a little bit about IT, I'm going to ask you a question, right? And I pose this question to you, right?
Tell me you wouldn't put me on the spot. I was just kidding.
Would you let me secure your network, right?
No.
Jesus. Would you let me secure your network with no experience or not understanding how the network actually works?
Duh.
No, I'm asking.
Absolutely not.
Okay, right. Okay, so with that being said,
that's like saying, would I let you install a security system in my house if you've never done it before?
But this
like
is this is my point. So many people, and it's so sad, and they're crushing so many of these kids' dreams, where they're saying, get this degree in cybersecurity, do this, and this, and you're going to be you can't find a job. Why? Right. Most of the people, and I'm going to say most, right? And this is just my experience. I mean, you could share on yours that people who are in this cybersecurity field now are one, network administrators prior. They know in and out servers, they know ports, they know just a really great broad knowledge about how networking and, you know, how that environment works. Two, they're network engineers, right? Because guess what? In order to secure a network, you pretty much need to know how a network works, right? And then they made that transition to being a security engineer where they just kind of focus more on firewalls. But all of that stuff is routing and firewalls. It's all combining now. There's started to be an all-in-one application. So, you know, when you're routing traffic, you need to secure it, right? It's not just I'm just going to take a couple certifications or get a degree and somebody's going to hire me to secure their $1 billion enterprise. Is that the case?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think they're just giving it, you know, as a broad view.
Yeah.
You cannot expect to come out of college with a degree in cybersecurity and just start making six figures and you're the man, woman in charge of cybersecurity. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Or if it does happen, that company is making very bad hiring decisions. Cybersecurity is about it's what is it? What is cybersecurity?
Yeah.
It is securing information. Yeah. Right? Cyber, electronic, digital, and security is securing it. So you're securing digital data or digital information. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
The history of cybersecurity, it's a buzzword. Back in the day, it was called information awareness, and then it was called information security or IT security, and now it's cyber security.
Right.
So it started out as, it's normal progression like everything does. Information assurance, right? Or information awareness. You have to be aware that there's certain security things that could happen. Not that they will happen, but you have to be aware. So we did all those. I remember being in charge of that program. And then it went to, information security. Now we're starting to say, viruses are actually getting out there. There's spam, there's, adware and all that. And then it went to, whatever the next IT security, information security
job title was.
Yeah, whatever the job title was. But then things really started happening.
Yeah.
And then we got into cyber warfare with, other countries and outside the United States. And, then it's this big word of cyber security. And, but now, that's the progression. But now it is the biggest field out there. It's the biggest professional field because
it's massive.
We have our own Department of Defense branch.
It's just those
for cybersecurity. Yeah. They said there's going to be millions of jobs this year and even more next year. And I don't know the numbers.
The Marine Corps is opening up their own division.
Well, every branch has their own division,
right?
From what I understand.
Yeah, but I think they were tied underneath the Navy at first, and now they're somebody. I want to know that.
Don't be saying the Marines are tied to the Navy.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, the Marine Corps, is a department of the Navy.
They were babied by the Navy.
Hell no, it was only about funding. It was
they were babied
for budgets. That's it.
They babied them. That's fine.
And they gave us rides across the water.
They gave us rides so we could go take care of shit. I got you. So here, look, there are times where guys, I've seen it where they come out and they win the hackathon or something like that through their local community college or college.
But they're bad dudes.
Those are bad guys. So I'm not saying, hey, it's
bad
not
dudettes. If it's a female.
Yeah. Wow. There's women out there.
But that's hot. Yeah. There's nothing more hot.
There's women out there who
female
can literally
hacker
hot. Yo, you know what I mean? I've seen.
Well, because what is that? What is that called? A sapiosexual?
What?
What? Is that a new word for you? All right. So hold on. When we edit this, we have to put a cloud up. New word for Justin. Sapiosexual.
Oh, you taught me something. Yes. We're going to give Bill a pat on the back.
I think it means you're attracted to intelligence.
That's what's up.
I'm pretty sure that could mean something completely wrong.
That's like you getting a Chinese or Japanese tattoo. You have no ideas what it says.
Right. What does this mean? It means headhunter. I'm a headhunter. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna look.
Please, somebody look it up, please.
I'm gonna look it
up. All
right,
so at the end of the day,
I'm gonna look it up?
Oh Lord.
Sure.
So here we are. Like, you can be one of those people. There's people out there.
Meaning. Hold on.
You got it.
Means that a person is sexually attracted to highly intelligent people.
Okay,
so much so that they consider it to be the most important trait in a partner.
Without a degree, look at that.
Right?
Boom.
Hey, Google is my friend. Hey, I have 2 PhDs in Googleology. I'm just saying.
Yo, what's the website that you can like do medical stuff? You can research it.
What the hell are you talking about? Like WebMD?
My wife has a degree in WebMD. She's been coming up with some crazy diagnosis. You might have blah blah blah, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
WebMD said it, so it's real.
Oh my gosh! And you know how many people self-diagnose themselves?
Stop! I just did that. I literally just did that yesterday. I did 2 days ago. Yeah. So my eyeballs were hurting. I'm like, why do my eyeballs? You
said your eyeballs?
My balls, my eyeballs, the balls in my eyes, they hurt. They were like hurting to the touch. So like, what is going on?
Whoa. You're touching your eyeballs?
Yes, to take my contacts out.
Continue.
And yes, the color of my eyes are green. These contacts are clear. I just had a disclaimer asterisk across the screen.
Only the only men in 2021 that wears the color contacts.
Yeah. Who wear? Yeah. Do people really wear color contacts?
They actually do. I think.
Oh, that's crazy.
I haven't really seen it since.
Yeah, but in any case, so I
2000.
looked it up, and what's the first thing I look at? What's the first thing that comes back? Eye stroke. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm having an eye stroke. What?
Oh, that's
yeah,
real?
close. Eye strokes are real.
That's real?
Yeah, bro.
Nah.
I think a stroke. No,
what happens?
I'm not going to try and give any more definitions.
All right, yeah.
But I think a stroke is when your
the...
blood vessels are constricted and there's no blood flow. So I think that's a stroke.
That's the...
So you're going to have an eye stroke. So
that's what you're... All right, go ahead.
All right. Hey,
go ahead.
Look, hey,
what?
That's going in that box.
All right, we're going to put it there. You're doing it. I'm just kind of...
in that box.
Just a little curious.
All right. So where were we?
Go ahead.
I don't know what we were talking about.
I don't know. So I was talking about cybersecurity before you went off on some crazy rant. Like, jeez. So I'm saying that, hey, ladies and dudettes.
Oh, right. You said if somebody wins a hackathon.
Yeah, there are people out here who can do it. Those are like very special people. But for the modern, like just regular across the board, Jane Doe, I got a degree in anthropology and now I want to get into IT because I see that it's something
that's respectful, though. That's respectful. What's the word of 2020 they call that? Pivoting?
Yeah, pivot. Like that's
I can't
awesome.
stand that word, but
what? But that's us. That's awesome that you're doing that. But at the end of the day, just don't take all of the hype that hey, you want to get this degree and invest this time and be some like security analyst. It's not. It's most 9 times out of 10 is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you put your work in it and you're in the field for a while, you
will get there, but not like day one. I feel like they're really like shoveling this down their throat with pamphlets.
Well, yeah,
and
the biggest
fake news saying that hey, we're gonna give you a freaking $90,000 job if you get this certification and graduate with this degree.
But that's marketing. That's marketing from the university.
Wow, they're marketing. They're like amazing with that trash.
Yeah, but the best advice is if you're looking to get into the IT field, regardless if it's cybersecurity or help desk or management, whatever it is, just do it.
Yeah.
Just put yourself in there. If you're working at Wawa or if you are a software engineer.
Side note, managers at Wawa make like $80,000. I saw that at the door.
Hey.
That's
plan B, brother.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to make these hoagies, bro.
Hey, I'm from Philly. I'll make me a hoagie.
My hoagie gonna beat your hoagie.
No shit.
Yeah.
Your hoagie gonna be a 6-inch. I'm gonna have the 10-inch hoagie.
I got the foot long, baby. I'm at Subway. Here we go. Next.
Oh, you moved from Wawa to Subway.
I'm at Subway now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Scared your ass off. But just wherever you're working, whether it's retail or secure, like if you're an armed security guard, whatever it is that you're doing, just go and do it. Pick a book up, go watch a video, Google your ass off for an hour every night. Right. Talk to people that are in the field. And when we had this conversation with somebody not too long ago, and they came up and asked me, hey, I want to get, I'm in car sales right now. How do I get into the IT field? What should I do to get into the IT field?
And we literally told them.
And what's the first thing you should do besides studying, looking for places to study, is go volunteer time. Find a company and say, hey, look, I'm looking to get into the IT field. I have 4, 6, 8, 12 hours a week that I could give to you and work for you at no cost to learn. Because and people are like, well, I'm not going to work for nothing. Well, you're not working for nothing. You're going to work for something more valuable than money.
Right.
And that's experience.
They don't get it.
Right? And they just don't get it because they don't want it.
They don't get it.
So do it. Go work for free. One of the first clients we ever got when I started the company, we worked for free. Yeah. Because we were under a contract for something else. And I'm like, they want us to work. And I said, well, I can't really do that. But you need help. So I'll do it for nothing. And 30 days later, they became a client.
Boom.
So, but if you want to get into the field, whether it's IT or anything else, we just happen to be talking to IT right now. Yeah. Just go do it. Nobody's going to say, no, I'm not going to take free work. it just doesn't make any sense.
There might be somebody out there.
Well, I'm sure. I mean,
I'm
there's
pretty
certain
sure.
circumstances,
Yeah, there's certain,
but most people are saying, like, and that's why the whole idea of interns is out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but in any case,
do
just
it.
go do it. Just
please.
do whatever it is you want, and don't be afraid. If you're in the help desk right now and you want to go the network route, or you want to go
the security route. Now
just
that's when certifications can prove that you have the base, right, to be able to make that next step.
Well, that you're setting yourself up, right? It's chapters and check boxes. We always talk about that.
Exactly.
And just do that,
I love it, man. I love it.
That's a lot of talk about cybersecurity certification we weren't even planning on talking about.
At all, period. But
No.
I think I really think that helps out. And I think we'll get into, once we post this video, we'll do a follow-up video of more people having more questions.
Absolutely.
Because, sometimes you can see IT, cybersecurity, whatever buzzword you want to use, as such an enclosed, bubble that you have to break into. And it's just like, how the hell do I break into this? Sometimes it's so secretive, you know what I mean? There's like, right. And people, and I just want to say, some people act like, when I was looking at it, and I was asking people who been in the field for 15, 20 plus years, making 150, 200,000. Like, if I give you this information, you're going to come tomorrow and take my job. Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People,
job security.
Yeah. People, like, dude, I don't even know how to even get into the field, but you're worried about me. So that's not the case. And if you guys have questions, or, if you guys got anything, we can either bring on somebody that knows the answer if we don't know the answer.
It's highly unlikely.
But, we'll bring on experts from other field. We got so many people we work with and we're friends with that are just like rock stars in so many different parts of it that everybody just wants to give out that free information. We want to see you guys succeed. So we'll do that.
And that's actually one of the new developments is we are going to start inviting guests. We talked about it.
Yeah.
But, instead of just our blabbering selves on
exactly.
here, we actually are going to invite some guests.
We're going to do some guests. We're going to do some Skype calls, some Zoom calls.
Yeah. There'll be people, some people in here, and, we'll do some Zoom calls or whatever it may be. That's going to be pretty fun.
That's going to be awesome. So, but yeah, brother, that's it for me.
That's it for you?
I'm good.
I think I'm good. How long have we been doing this?
It's 57 minutes.
That's it? Nah. He said,
All right, guys.
So, yeah, that's it for this time. Certifications, IT knowledge, cybersecurity.
Please post questions. Send us private messages. Do whatever you need to do. We'll try to answer the questions as best as we can. That's the point of this.
Exactly.
Free information, man.
We do content.
We'll see you guys succeed.
Everybody.
Cool.
Ask questions. Sounds good, man.
All right, brother. Until next week.
Another week down.
Later.